I really love Beijing life. Beijing's a city that really surprised me when I first arrived because it wasn't anything like I had imagined. Back in England there wasn't a lot of information on what it's like to really live in Beijing as a foreigner, so I was pleasantly surprised when I arrived. Personally, I'm into live music, things like that. I have a band in Beijing. There's always like something to be doing around that kind of stuff, you know. Also, like there's lots of great like restaurants and bars and things, you know.
Yeah, so outside of work, I like to play music. I play guitar in a band here. And other than that, I like to just go into town and explore, see new things.
Beijing offers you the opportunity to go and see live music all the time. It may not be the kind of music you're used to, but it's always interesting.
I like to go to the gym. There's a really great gym in the hotel in the area that we live, and it's not really how you would think it might be in China. It's got everything you need. I love Beijing. It's such a dynamic and energetic city. Outside of Xijingshan, I love to go to Gulo. It's such an interesting place, just exploring the hutongs.
So I have really enjoyed living here in Beijing. I do spend a lot of my time studying Chinese because that's one of the prime reasons why I came here.
As far as places to visit, my favorite place to go out is Gulo. I really like that neighborhood a lot. And it's easy to get there on the subway, but I much prefer taxis because they're simple enough and they're super cheap.
We like to find new places to eat. There's lots of, obviously in China there's lots of really delicious Chinese food, but Beijing's a huge city. There's so many different cultures living in this one city, so
You just want something else?
sometimes you want Italian food, you want Mexican food, you want Indian food, anything, yeah.
I guess I socialise most by just going for dinner with my friends and the people that I work with. And coming from Ireland, it's something that you can't do quite easily there because it's so expensive.
I'm really into art. There's a big art scene here in Beijing. Lots of art museums and other things to see around the city.
Here you have a little bit more free time and you've got a little bit more disposable income, so you can enjoy yourself with the people that you meet around you.
Just Beijing has been really good to me as far as learning the language, and just the people here are really nice.
You will never be short of something to do in Beijing.
Lots to do, lots to see, lots of people to meet, lots of experiences to be had.
Now, I still now, even after 4 years living in Beijing, is an amazing city, and I'm still not tired of it.
The hardest thing about living here is the language barrier. Even the first few months, just trying to order food in a restaurant was so difficult. So I decided to hire a tutor. I now meet her twice a week, and it's making my life so much easier. I still have a long way to go, but just to be able to order food now in a restaurant is such a relief.
So speaking of learning Chinese, that's one of the main reasons I came to China originally, is because I'd started at university.
So when I was in college, I had taken a few semesters of Chinese, but I always knew after that I wanted to come to China and actually study it fluently. So I pretty much, for the first 6 months, I put my face in a book until I really felt comfortable with the language and I can talk to the local people and just have like a basic fluency.
As far as learning Chinese goes, I've never been very disciplined when it comes to being a student, but at the same time I like to try and talk as much as I can and listen all the time.
We do get by quite well. We can get in taxis, we can order food.
Yeah.
It's manageable, but I would definitely recommend learning as much as you can because it certainly would make your own life easier when you're here.
There's something about living in the place, you know, that you really pick up like how things are said, and you learn kind of here.
A good thing for me is that I actually live with 2 Chinese people, so I'm exposed to it all the time, and they don't speak any English, so trying to get things done needs to be in Chinese. So it's really just putting yourself in the situation where you have to use it and just listen all the time.
The more you put in, the more you get out. For a while I taught myself just using my mobile phone and things like that, and talking to Chinese friends. I started getting a teacher after about 1.5 years, and that really helped me out, you know, and then people started taking me more seriously when I was speaking to them because I was speaking correctly.
Got a tutor, I went to the Chinese classes at the school that they offered, and just tried to use the language as much as possible.
be prepared, do your research, come with an open mind, especially to somewhere like China, because it's not as smooth a transition as it is if you were to move to Australia. You know, the language can be difficult at times, it can be frustrating, but you will learn, I feel you will learn much more about yourself moving to somewhere like China.
This has been brilliant. It's been the hardest thing that we've probably ever done, but it's been by far the best and by far the most rewarding thing that we've ever done. Even just something as simple as managing to get electricity in your apartment by yourself, it's really hard, but it gets easier, and it is.
Open a tab if you like.
Anyone considering moving overseas, especially to China, there's only so many opportunities that you're going to have in your life to experience something so different and so out of your frame of reference that you really should take up any possibility to go into it. And China specifically, sometimes it can be very difficult and crazy, but at the same time you learn a lot and you grow a lot as a person, so I strongly recommend it.